Hey guys, welcome to Two Dudes Talking. I'm DJ Schroep,
I'm Dustin Ovitz.
and we're here talking UFC 249 this Saturday. Fights are back. MMA, combat sports is back. How you feeling about it?
I feel great, but I'm really disappointed they're not doing Fight Island. I really wanted Mortal Kombat, obviously without the deaths, but I really wanted that because I wanted somebody to walk out to the Test Your Might or whatever it is song.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't mind a Fight Island, but I'll take Florida, I'll take New York, I'll take Vegas, I'll take reservations, I'll take wherever we can get it. We got it. We got fighting, and it's a stacked card. I think it's probably one of the biggest. This would be a July 4th weekend card. This would be an end of the year card, but it's a end of quarantine card. I don't know what what we can call it, but it's a big card when on the prelim you have Anthony Showtime Pettis and Donald Cowboy Cerrone. Like, on a prelim card, free fight? Come on. I mean, that's amazing. Amazing. I mean, this is Donald's 36th time in the octagon. I don't know if it's his last. I don't think it is. I mean, he's probably got, another 4 or 5 fights in him. This guy's gonna fight until they tell him he can't fight anymore, until they force him out of the octagon.
Well, it depends what happens. If he wins and he doesn't take much damage, then I would completely agree with you. But and obviously he's a brawler, as pretty much has been his whole career. If he gets destroyed, takes a bunch of damage, the wife might be like, all right, we got kids. I don't know if he has 1 or 2. You're done.
I mean, look, the last time they fought in 2009, he lost to Pettis. They're running it back a decade later. The problem that I have with Cowboy overall is that in the big fights, he doesn't show up. I think that there's something to be said about the pressure. It gets to him, and I think he gets into his own head and he thinks about things. And, but when he's loose, when he's just like coming out, let's just fight, he does really well. And he puts it out there. So I don't know. I mean, which one are we going to see? Is he going to be nervous fighting Showtime? He's going to put too much on himself.
It's an opponent he knows. He's faced him before. Obviously was not successful, but 10 years have passed. He faced the champion. I mean, I don't know what his goal is. Is his goal to hopefully win a few more and then face the champion again? Or is it just to continue to fight on his contract until he's done and then just walk away?
Well, both of these guys are coming to the end of their career. They don't have a lot left in the tank. I don't know. The way I look at this shaking out is if there's the first 2 rounds, it's all Showtime, right? Showtime's going to come out hot out the gate. He's going to try to do something flashy. He's going to try to go for a quick knockout. Cerrone's going to try to weather that. Early rounds, I think Pettis is going to be able to stop him and put him away.
Look, I'm going to go out on a huge limb. I'm taking Cowboy in the first round.
Uriah Hall versus Jair Souza. It is the classic battle, right, of grappler versus stand-up fighter, flashy, and who's going to come out on top. When these 2 type of styles come together, the guy who can get on the mat is going to win. But, like I said, I can't pick against Uriah because he's close to my heart.
I love Uriah. As you know, I thought the spinning hook kick he did in Tough was amazing. But if it goes to the ground, Jair will probably annihilate him if it goes to the mat. But if he can keep it standing and keep his distance, it's a toss-up.
Battle of styles. We'll see how it all shakes out. Esparza versus Waterson. I think this is the same sort of battle of styles. Carla Esparza, another season of Tough that I produced. But I actually do think in my heart of hearts that Carla is going to pull this one out. She's a wrestler. I don't think Michelle Waterson can keep her at distance. The karate hottie's going to want to keep her back and just kind of tag her, move around the ring. I don't think she can do this against a world-class, probably the best wrestler in a women's division, hands down.
I'd agree with you. I think it's going to deep water. She's going to get dragged down and just ground and pound. I would love to see it stay standing because I'd be interested to see how Carla handles it. But I think if she can get her to the ground, it's done.
Totally agree. Another great fight on the card is this Aleksei Oleinik. I always get these Russian names messed up, but against Fabricio Werdum, old versus old. I think 170 and 175, and it's the senior division. Bringing them back for one last ride. You tried choking Fabricio. You tell me how that's worked out for a lot of people.
It hasn't, as you well know.
Yeah, it doesn't. He's a master. He's a master of jiu-jitsu. That guy, he can stand and bang too. I mean, it's not like he's a one-trick pony. This guy's been around. He's a former champ. I don't see any way that Werdum loses this fight.
I don't know. I mean, are they going to try and keep it standing because they know that they're both good on the ground? I mean,
another fight that's going to go into deep water
there.
For sure. UFC 249 main card. Another stacked card. I mean, look, if you only gave us these 5 fights, I'd walk away a happy man. You wouldn't have to give me early prelims. Just give me this, and here, take my money. Take my money. You got Greg Hardy, Yorgan de Castro. The one thing I do know about de Castro is he has power. He's really, really heavy-handed. I mean, not unlike most everybody in the heavyweight division is heavy-handed. But I think that both of these guys are going to want to come and meet in the middle and swing. But the one thing I have seen from de Castro is as he fades back, he likes this hook. So is he going to lure Hardy in and get him with a nice little hook? That's what I'm looking for. I don't think Greg Hardy has any real skills other than just getting out onto the mat and just swinging and hitting people. I'm not a big fan of his anyway, but that's what I see happening is Hardy pushing forward, de Castro knocking him out.
Yeah, look, I agree with you. I think Greg Hardy, while he's definitely has improved over his last fights and is still learning and improving, I think that he's just going to press forward, and you're probably right, he's going to get countered. And like you mentioned, in the heavyweight division, any one shot by any one of them can end it immediately. Yeah. And they throw cement mixers when they punch, and he's going to get caught and probably, unfortunately for him, hit the mat.
That fight's not going past the first minute of the second round. I think these guys get a swing, bang, and maybe when they come out, someone gets knocked out. Who knows? I mean, they might not get out of the first round. This might be a quick night for somebody in that fight, namely Greg Hardy. But anyway.
Watch now that you said that, it'll go to a judge's decision.
Right? No, look. No one wants to see heavyweights go 5 rounds.
You mean like
unless you're DC. Unless you're DC.
Tim the Maniac Silva and Jeff the Snowman Munson fight from many, many moons ago. That was so great.
Look, no one wants to see these big heavyweights huffing and puffing. And let's get it over with. Let's get a knockout. Go back to the kitchen, get some nachos, come back for Jeremy Stephens and Calvin Kattar. Jeremy Stephens, probably the most powerful person in the featherweight division, hands down. I mean, this kid has concrete hands. He can take a punch. I don't see any way Kattar, gets past Jeremy Stephens. They're very similar fighters in the sense that they like to swing and like to hit. But the Heathen to me is someone I just can't pick again.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. First of all, I didn't know he was still fighting because it's been a while, and his hands are just so heavy. There's no way, right?
Yeah.
I mean, look, I'll be surprised, and I don't want to root against somebody actively in this card. There's other people in the UFC I actively root against, but we'll get into that eventually. But yeah, I mean, wouldn't be shocked if this is an early 1, 2, or early 3rd round knockout.
I would not be surprised if this went 3 rounds. Went to a decision. Heathen comes out on top. But again, underdog can pull it off. Underdog can pull it off. I mean, these are really close fights, and the matchmakers did their job this time. There are some upsets that are looming here. Speaking of which, I don't think that there's going to be an upset here, but Francis Ngannou, Jairzinho I don't think that there's any way that Francis Ngannou comes out of this not winning. He has a better resume overall. He's fought more of the bigger fights in the UFC. And so when all else being equal, I gotta put a lot of onus on that resume.
I agree with you about the MMA record, but I have a really hard time picking against a kickboxer. It hurts me to do it. So I will go against you. I hope Rozenstruik comes in. I probably butchered the name, and I don't care. I don't care.
Rozenstruik.
Somebody will correct me later. Somebody give me the pronunciation on that, and I'll fix it. I just can't pick against a kickboxer. I've been burned so many times at the betting window with that. It's laughable. So I just refuse. Although I'm looking forward to a good fight, and I hope that he comes in better shape than he was against Overeem. I don't know what happened in the Overeem fight. Don't know if he was just damaged by Overeem. I mean, it was kickboxer on kickboxer, which I thought was interesting. So I'm looking forward to it to see what happens.
Look, I mean, at the end of the day, what happens to the winner of this fight? DC's waiting for Stipe. Stipe has been weirdly quiet. There's been rumors about an injury. There's been rumors about, his other job, pulling him away from training. He hasn't signed this fight with Cormier. So what happens to this winner? I think they should have made this an interim heavyweight championship fight. Stipe is MIA right now, and then have that person end up fighting DC for one last dance. DC has one last fight in him. He wants Stipe, but I don't know where Stipe is. Stipe, where are you?
Probably being a firefighter.
Yeah. Well, somebody in Gilroy's were looking for you by the name of Daniel Cormier.
They'll get that deal done.
Get at him.
They'll get the deal done.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. And then you have a bantam title weight bout. Henry Cejudo, Mr. Olympics, against Dominick, the ageless one, Cruz. This is going to be an amazing fight. I've had the opportunity to work with Dom, seeing him break down fights in real time. He is such a student of the game. He can see something 4 or 5 punches early. He can tell you how a fighter has to adjust. He's an amazing cerebral fighter. If he's healthy, if those knees are good, it's going to be a long night for the champ. And I think Cruz is going to walk away with a belt around his waist. But that being said, is he healthy? Does he have what it takes in the tank to get it done against the young buck champ?
I would agree with everything you said. I don't want to pick against either of them because I like both fighters. I think they're great in the ring. Cejudo has a gas tank that seems to go forever. Cruz did too, and I don't know if it's the same as Cejudo. Cejudo just seems to be like bouncing off the walls with energy when he's in there. And I agree with you about Cruz. His analysis is fantastic, although when he's doing that, he's not actively getting punched and kicked nearly everywhere. So, I think it was Tyson who said everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face.
Cruz's movements are way too fluid for anybody to handle in that division. And I don't think Cejudo's fought anybody like Dominick Cruz. So
it should be a great fight. I'm looking forward to that one more than the next one, actually.
Yeah, let's talk about the lightweight interim title bout. Look, I think you're absolutely 100% wrong. I think that this is the fight of the night. If the heavyweights do not knock each other out in 25 seconds with a beautiful combo or something. Look, lightweight interim title bout. Tony Ferguson, Justin Gaethje. Gaethje's a heavy hitter. Another concrete, hands of stone. Another guy that in round 1 and round 2 empties his tank, goes for it, tries to go for the kill early. El Kukui, who is just, what's he on this ridiculous win streak, hasn't lost in 10 years, something ridiculous like that. This guy can he weather that storm in the first 2 rounds? Can he get through Gaethje's, extreme offense and get to 2.5 and 3 and 4 and 5? and get through that. And that's what he does. He likes to go deep with you. He likes to take a punch, and then he gets you, and you're like, how have I not knocked this guy out yet? And then the boogeyman comes, and then he takes your soul in rounds 4 and 5. That's what's happening here. If Gaethje cannot put him away in rounds 1 or 2, he's fucked. But
Look, I agree with you on all points. I mean, he's had 3 losses in, 11 years? 12 years? Whatever the hell it is. I mean, how do you argue against that record? I mean, the guy's ridiculous. He's gonna wear you down. He's gonna work everything he's got. I don't know how you pick against that. Although, again, with this fight, I like both fighters as well. I enjoy watching both of them. So it's like I don't want to root against one of them, but I just think Ferguson's going to win.
You know, Gaethje had more time to prepare now too, right? Like he was trying to take this fight at the beginning, you know, on short notice. Now he has some time. Did he take advantage of that time and really, really prepare for Tony? I don't know. I'm hoping he did. This is a dangerous matchup for Tony. Another fight where the underdog can pull it off.
Yeah, I mean, Gaethje has 2 losses in 8 years, 9 years in the UFC. I mean, it's 21-2. You're talking about the top of the division here.
It's going to be a great fight. Going to be a great card. I will be on my couch along with the rest of the world. This is the first real sporting event that we are going to have after this pandemic. And if you're not watching, you don't like sports.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Korean baseball, dude. What are you talking about? First
that
sport.
doesn't count. That doesn't count. That's Korean baseball.